I would save this for a bit lower down when you're analysing. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then I would put the Mean Girls bit in here at the beginning as well.
Okay.
And I think you've got to save my short film because you're handing in the screenplay as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, short film, screenplay, don't mind. What would you feel more comfortable saying?
Short film.
Yeah, I think so. When you write coming of age, it's got to be in quotation marks, single quotation marks. Themes behind the story are friendship, betrayal, and jealousy. Full stop. With the narrative I developed.
Okay.
Oh no, you said developed. The narrative of my screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
I was also inspired by Mean Girls, full stop, new sentence. Throughout the film, there are elements of this. You don't need that. The film covers how friendships fall apart. Again, so short film.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's fine for the introduction,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go on to so that's how your key ideas and how the narrative developed.
Yeah.
Then we go on to your inspiration from the other films. When you write the name of, you need a capital there, and you also need to put it in italics if it's the title of another film. In fact, I should have done that with Mean Girls as well. So here I would say something like I deliberately introduced what Bart would call enigma codes to trigger the audience's curiosity, trigger their, yeah. Are these pictures in the in the actual storyboard?
Yeah.
So say something like I added similar shots when Grimrod is sitting on the bus, as can be seen in my photo storyboard.
Okay.
As it should make the audience feel as if they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So try and avoid, if the more formal you can make it, if you can take the you out and just say the audience.
Yeah. Okay.
Each time.
Just talk about 3 things, don't you?
Yeah. So had you thought who else you're going to put in there? What else are you going to put in there?
I don't know which I want to do.
Okay, so let's have a look at those. Well, I think you could talk about a girl, because there's that, you could say, the theme of friendship, but the contrast between friendship and isolation, how sad she feels when she's been betrayed. That kind of contrast is what About a Girl has, doesn't it? Where she's, where we see her alone for a lot of the film. She's not getting on too well with her dad, but then we also see the scene on the bus with her friends. So you could talk about that.
Yes.
And what else could we put in there? Well, I think you could do those two, and then here's the cheeky thing that we're going to do, is we're going to say, I wanted my film to have a contemporary feel, and so although I enjoyed watching La Jetée and The Grandmother, I decided that black and white would be the wrong feel for my film.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Right.
Yeah,
and there's also this thing I was saying to, I can't remember who I was saying to Marcus, I think. We have to say that you've watched 80 minutes of film. So if we say 2 long black and white films, then we've ticked off that you've watched them. It's just like this weird thing that they put in there that you have to acknowledge it. So that will be your references to the other films.
Yeah.
Oh, and you talked about Connect.
Yeah, but I don't know if I was going to add it in or not, because it's pretty similar to...
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with that. You're right, it is too similar. So go with the kind of girl drama thing.
Yeah.
Go with the not black and white thing, because we can negatively say we didn't use that. And then and then I think, yes, then you need to analyze what, I mean, I would just choose the sequence that you've used in the photo storyboard.
Yeah.
And you're going to analyze the actual shots. So the shots of Natanya and who else on the bed? Chelsea. I used basic shot, reverse shot here. I had a close up at this point. And as I've been saying to the others, these words that we I gave you for writing about phone and Inception.
Yeah.
These are the words you should be using. So I use this bar to convey, to suggest.
Yeah.
When I cut from this to this, I wanted to transmit the idea that she had lied, or this should make the audience feel that. Yeah. So when you're analyzing, you've got 20 frames or so. When you're analyzing, you should be consistently talking about, as it says here, how your film creates meanings and generates responses.
Okay.
You don't need to, when it says in comparison with other films, it doesn't mean like in that film, or like, it just means using film language.
Yeah.
So mise en scène, I wanted the montage of them shopping to give the audience a sense that this was a normal, regular thing that they would be doing, and this in terms of the narrative, I use this to create a sense of comfort and friendliness for the audience, which was about to be disrupted. Is that the way it works in the story? Yeah. Which would lead to what Todorov would call the disruption when she finds out that she's been sitting there.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's all we probably need to say now, unless you have
Yeah.
any questions.
No. That's it.
All right. So what I'll do is I will stop that.